Shalom, giving honor and praise to the Creator and the Maker of heaven and earth. Welcome to the channel. For those who are interested, subscribe, like, and share the video. And if you happen to dislike the video, what we ask is that you explain in the comment section why you dislike it, if you care to. We want to explain why, using the scriptures, why we are said to be, as some say, Old Testament based. This has been pointed out in other channels, but we want to get into this in this one and explain other reasons as well. Let's go to Matthew in the New Testament. Chapter 5, verse 33, if we will. Matthew, the 5th chapter, starting in the 33rd verse. And it says this: Again, you have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not swear falsely, but you shall perform your oaths to the Lord. But I say unto you, do not swear at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne. So it's telling you in the New Testament, in Matthew chapter 5, that you're not supposed to swear at all. And the reason it gives is because it says, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne. Let's go, if you will, to Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 13. You shall fear the Lord Yah, your Elohim, your power, and serve him, and shall take oaths in his name. Swearing and taking oaths in Hebrew thought is the same thing. The Hebrew word for that in root is the word nishba. So we are told that we are supposed to take oaths. That is to say, also swear in the name of the Most High. Let's go, if we will, brothers and sisters, into the book of Exodus, chapter 22. We're going to read in verse 10. Exodus chapter 22, verse 10, and it reads as follows: If a man delivers to his neighbor a donkey, an ox, a sheep, or any animal to keep, and it dies, is hurt, or driven away, and it says no one seeing it, then the oath of Yah, the Most High, shall be between them both, that he hath not put his hand into his neighbor's goods, and the owner of it shall accept it, and he shall not make it good. So what does it say? The oath of the Most High shall be between people. The person has to swear in the name of the Most High that he did not put his hand on his neighbor's goods. Now, when we get back into Matthew, chapter 5, verse 34 in particular, it says, But I say unto you, do not swear at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne. The explanation given by many is to say that many people were swearing and they were lying and swearing. So to avoid that, don't swear at all. Will it not be better to tell the people to swear but be truthful about it? Will that not be better, brothers and sisters, as opposed to letting the people be comfortable in their deceit and lying and falsehood and say, well, don't swear at all? You're giving them a comfort zone for them to not have to change from their falsehood, from their deception, from their lies, if you will. You understand? Instead of saying, get the lying spirit away from you, you're telling the people, don't swear at all. Let's go, if we will, to the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, brothers and sisters. And it reads on this wise. Leviticus chapter 19, we're going to start in verse 1. And the Lord Yah spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak to all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say unto them, Ye shall be holy, for I, the Lord Yah, your power, your God, am holy. Brothers and sisters, it goes on to say, in Leviticus chapter 19, verse 11, Ye shall not steal, nor deal falsely, nor lie one to another. And you shall not swear by my name falsely, nor shall you profane the name of your Elohim, of your God. I am the Lord Yah. So Leviticus chapter 19, verse 12 is telling us that we're not supposed to swear by the name of the Most High falsely. It's not going to give you the comfort zone to just say don't swear at all. But it's going to tell you that when you do, be truthful about it. You understand? Let's go, if you will. And this is something we want to present to show how the New Testament, if we will, tries to degrade the people of the Old Testament. Tries to make the people of the Old Testament look bad, while having to use the Old Testament in order for itself to be known to many. And I say this not being in my feelings. Not all, but many Messianics have that same spirit. You understand? The slander, disrespect, Old Testament people are demons, demonic, devils. Their prayers are not heard. The New Testament people are the remnant. Old Testament people don't know what they're talking about. These kind of things that have been stated and made, you cannot say that and not expect people to know about it. You can't slander a brother or sister or a person and not expect it to be known. But we're not going to focus on that, because none of us, to my knowledge, are like the prophets, and even they were disrespected. You understand? And so it comes with the territory. If you are speaking about the Most High, the Creator and the Maker of heaven and earth, the one who Deuteronomy chapter 4, when it says, unto you it was shown that thou mightest know that Yah, your power, is Elohim, the Most High, and there is none else. If anyone has a problem with that statement, they're going to have a problem with you when you proclaim the sanctity of the Most High. But while asking Old Testament brothers and sisters for knowledge on certain things and so forth and so on, they slander Old Testament brothers and sisters and Old Testament brothers and sisters teachers, but it comes with the territory. So let's go and see how perhaps en route they who believe and subscribe to the New Testament, how that's done. Let's go to Matthew chapter 1, verse 1. The book of the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Now, it's tracing the genealogy of of Jesus, through David, all the way up to Abraham, right? It says this: Abraham begot Isaac, Isaac begot Jacob, and Jacob begot Judah and his brothers. Judah begot Perez and Zerah by Tamar. Perez begot Hezron, and Hezron begot Ram. Ram begot Aminadab, and Aminadab begot Nachshon, and Nachshon begot Salmon. Salmon begot Boaz by Rahab. Boaz begot Obed by Ruth. Obed begot Jesse, and Jesse begot David the king. David the king begot Solomon by her who had been wife of Uriah. Now, let's just stop right there for a minute. Did David commit adultery? Yes. Solomon, nonetheless, was not the product of adultery. The child that was born from the adulterous act between David and Bathsheba was slain by the Most High. Now, when you look at verse 3, it says Tamar. Then when we go to verse 5, it says Rahab, as well as Ruth. And then in verse 6, it mentions David having Solomon by her who had been wife for Urias. What was the need of saying that? What was the need if the Most High in the book of Samuel says he caused David's sins to pass over? You understand? What was the need in saying about the aspect about Bathsheba being the wife of Uriah. It's a slander. It's something that's being brought up in layman terms to take a shot at somebody. And that's what the author and Matthew is doing there. Let's go on and try to confirm what we're talking about through logic. Solomon begot Rehoboam, and Rehoboam begot Abijah, and Abijah begot Asa. Asa begot Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat begot Joram, and Joram begot Uzziah. Uzziah begot Jotham, and Jotham begot Ahaz, and Ahaz begot Hezekiah. Hezekiah begot Manasseh, and Manasseh begot Ammon, and Ammon begot Josiah. Now, in those verses there, what are we going to talk about in that regard? There are several women that could have been mentioned that are mentioned in the Old Testament by name. For instance, Genesis 21 speaks about Sarah being the mother of Isaac. She's not even mentioned here in Matthew. Rebecca is the mother of Jacob. She's not mentioned here in Matthew. Leah is the mother of Judah. She's not mentioned here in Matthew. Naamah is the mother of Rehoboam. She is not mentioned in Matthew. Micaiah is the mother of Abijah. She's not mentioned in Matthew. Maacah is the mother of Asa. She's not mentioned in Matthew. Azubah is the mother of Jehoshaphat. She's not mentioned in Matthew. There's other mothers that's mentioned in the Old Testament. Their sons are mentioned in parts here in Matthew chapter 1, but their mothers' names are not mentioned. But you took the time, author, in verse 6 to make sure you point out David's wrong. You took the time to make sure you mentioned Rahab, who was a harlot. You took the time, for whatever reason, to mention Ruth. Not that she was a bad person. But we do want to emphasize, brothers and sisters, there is a reason why it's going to sit there and say, by her who have been wife for Uriah. The author is letting you know he is giving you a prelude to how he is going to present David as time goes on. David in the Davidic line does not get respect in the said New Testament. When it speaks about the sons of David sitting on the throne of Judah in Jeremiah, that is not emphasized within the New Testament. The priesthood that even David saw of the Levites is not praised in the New Testament. When Messianic brothers and sisters speak, they usually ask, well, how come David wasn't killed? They're harping on and banking upon, sadly, the iniquity that David did. And the same thing many who are Messianic do to people who are said to be by them non-Messianic. Where's your offering? Where's your sacrifice? What do you do when you sin? Some of the first questions that I ask to Old Testament brothers and sisters is, what do you do when you sin? Question, answer is, whatever sin you was into or are into, like the Most High told Cain, sin crouches at the door, but you can overcome it. That's all the way in the Old Testament in the book of Genesis. So why will we not encourage one another? Just as the Most High told Cain, sin crouches at the door, and to you is its desire, but you can rule over it. But instead of teaching you can rule over sin, they need to present Jesus as an offering to say no man is without sin. Just like instead of living truthful, they rather say don't sway at all. It's a comfort zone for them to tell you later on about a scapegoat. When you're teaching and looking for a scapegoat, you're not trying to, as it says in the Old Testament, prophet Ezekiel, make you a new heart, meaning a new mind. You're not thinking about making a new mind or new character because you're looking for a scapegoat. Shalom.